What's up, Fresh Squad? We are back again talking about some fragrances today that I think you can wear on any occasion for everyday use. Now, these are fragrances that I've come up with a few things in mind. I'm thinking about fragrances that are versatile, fragrances that are affordable, and fragrances that are compliment getting fragrances. All of these fragrances have checked all three of those boxes. So, before I tell you what these fragrances are, you know what you gotta do, right? You gotta like the video, you gotta subscribe to me, you gotta comment your favorite fragrances, and you gotta share the video. But most importantly, like and subscribe. So, without further ado, okay, so like I said before, all of these fragrances are versatile, they get you compliments, and they are also affordable. And one of those fragrances is Hugo Boss Man EDT. And this one I was actually interested in simply because of reviews that I've watched. They talked a big game on this, and I was slightly taken aback when I first got it. It's a spicy, kind of green fragrance with some woody notes in there. It's fresh, got a little sweetness to it, and it's great. It's great. It's very, very masculine scent. I love the little cap there that does it. Okay, I thought it could have did that, but it doesn't do that. It's just for, I guess, to hold like this. Yeah, but great fragrance. It gets you compliments. It's not a beast mode performing fragrances. Actually, none of these fragrances are going to be beast mode performing fragrances, but this is great. Gets the job done. Goes for around $40 to $50 online. Very affordable. Gets you compliments. It's not going to be like, wow, you smell so amazing, but you're gonna get, oh, you smell nice, you smell good. And that's what this does. And I think it's a great fragrance to have. Okay, next up is Valentino Uomo Born in Roma EDT. It's a fresh aquatic means it's a little salty with some herbal notes in there, herbal tea notes. It is sweet, fresh, spicy, and great compliment getter. You may get compared to another fragrance, which is Invictus Aqua, or you may just get a compliment saying you do smell familiar, but nevertheless, you do get compliments that say you smell good. Not much of a beast mode performing fragrance, but it does perform close to that if you spray enough. And I would recommend this one to anybody. It goes for around $70 to $80 if you're going through discounters, and retail obviously $100 something. And I think it's worth every dollar. I think it's worth every dollar, and got this cool studded bottle. Maybe it's not your style. Studs aren't really my style either, but I like it. It's a good fragrance. Next up, we have Gent Scents and Michael Malow's collab fragrance, Edgewater. Not sure if you're seeing it, but this is a very interesting fragrance. It's one of my newer grabs, and it opens up with a burst of peppermint, and it kind of dries down to a fresh and creamy sweet fragrance. Very interesting. Has an alluring feel to it, and I think this is something that you can wear anytime, any day, dumb reach type of fragrance, and you will get compliments on it. I can tell this is something that if you're snuggled up with someone, they would really want to get much closer to you with this. Great fragrance. Was a surprise. I didn't really like it at first, I'm not gonna lie, but I've grown to love it. Good fragrance. It goes for $140 for the full bottle. You can get one of these travel size 15 mLs. It goes for around $20. So if you're not sure if you like the notes that I mentioned, the peppermint or the creamy sweetness and the freshness, then you can grab one of these and test it out. You guys already know about this fragrance. It is going to be YSL Eau de Parfum. Sweet apple fragrance, fresh, crisp, woody, and spicy fragrance. Beast mode performing, beast mode compliment getting. Okay, I did lie. I think this one is the only beast mode fragrance I'm going to mention today, but fantastic. You can't go wrong with it. Worth every dollar. Not much to say really about it, and I think it's going to be one of those fragrances for life type of fragrance, because you can wear this at any age and you really can't miss with this. This is a new fragrance. It is Lattafa's Assad Zanzibar. Apparently the name is from an island called Zanzibar. I don't know where it is exactly, but I am going to Google it after this video and see if I want to visit it one day. But this is supposed to be a fragrance made for spring and summertime. It has some black pepper in there that gives it its spiciness, has some coconut, salty aquatic notes, and vanilla. So this is kind of like Jensen's fragrance. It basically gives you a fresh and creamy sweet vibe going for it. I should actually try layering both of these fragrances to see if I like it, but yeah, this has gotten me compliments. Not a beast mode performer, but it does perform very good. You're gonna get some decent performance on this fragrance. It goes for $30 to $50 depending on where you get it, and I would recommend it. You can't go wrong. I think it's a decent blind buy as well, even though I never recommend blind buy fragrances. Okay, another one that gets a lot of hate online, but I don't care. I'm gonna throw it up in the air. Versace Eau Fresh. This one, I think it actually gets its hate because of the performance. The performance is kind of bad, and the scent profile makes up for it, in my opinion. It's one of those very fresh, airy fragrances with some citrus, starfruit notes in there. It has gotten me compliments. A compliment I actually received of this, someone said I smell like very sweet water. So that's the freshness coming through. This is also very cheap as well, so I don't mind paying the price for the bad performance. It is overspray worthy, so you can spray enough and you'll smell decent amount of this fragrance for a decent amount of time. So get this one as well. It goes for $40 online. Coach for Men, another designer fragrance. This one is actually the best one in the line, and that's in my opinion. But all of Coach fragrances are actually bad performers, and the atomizers are never really anything to look at. But get some pear in there. It's sweet, kind of has a little soapy vibe going for it, but great fragrance, very versatile as well. You can wear this any time of the year, and even though the performance is bad as well, it makes up for it with the price. It's under $40, so you can pull the trigger on this. Most people will like it. And just to put in there, if you don't like a fragrance when you first smell it, give it some time. Sometimes the opening is bad, the dry down is better. Not that I'm saying that's the case with this, but the thought just came to me. And sometimes fragrances do need to macerate. So that means you have them for a while, like you spray it and then you give it like a few weeks before you try it again. Totally different fragrance. It will change your mind about fragrances usually, but for the better. But yeah, great fragrance. I say this one is another great Dumb Reach fragrance. Okay, so the last two on this list I don't personally own, but I have tested these fragrances out and I actually love them. One of them is actually Dior Homme Cologne. This one I hated at first because it smelled like a citrus floor cleaner. You know, a citrus product floor cleaner that just get that burst of citrus when you first spray it. That is exactly what I got out of this fragrance, a burst of citrus. Smell kind of synthetic. I did not like it, but the dry down is fantastic. It dries down into a very fresh and clean fragrance that this will be very inoffensive. You will get compliments and it's very versatile. I'm not exactly certain on the price on that one, but I think it's discontinued, so it's going to be kind of sketchy to find. You can get it at retailers mostly these days, and you know, most fragrances these days, designer fragrances goes for around $100 and something. So $100 and something. If you can get it on discounters, great. If not, I'd say go into your closest Macy's, Dillard's, test it out, see if you like it. But I think that is a great everyday reach fragrance as well. And lastly on the list, This is YSL L'Homme EDT. Now, if you're new to the fragrance game, you may know this fragrance, you may not, but there's a high chance that you do not. If you've been in the fragrance game, there's a 50-50 chance you know this fragrance, because this fragrance has been kind of under the radar for the past few years, and it was kind of on a high of hype for not too long, really, and a few people were talking about it here and there, but people just have stopped talking about this fragrance altogether for the past few years, and people may mention this 1 or 2 times, and I think it's a great fragrance. It has some ginger, some spicy ginger notes in there. You will also get some fresh, woody, and clean notes out of this fragrance. This fragrance is the definition of a man's cologne. It's fresh, it's clean, it's got some little spiciness to it, gives you a little edge to you, and it's very versatile. Performance, however, is not that great, but makes up for it with the scent profile, and the price is not too bad. You can get that still on discounters these days. You can get it for somewhere around $50 to $60. I would say get this fragrance. I am planning to get it. It's on my list, so you'll probably see it in one of my videos in the future, but these are all the everyday fragrances that I have to talk about today. Remember, these are going to be your dumb reach. You don't have to think about it, you just spray and go. These are what these fragrances are. And yeah, I think that's it, really. Remember to like and subscribe in this video. That helps me to help you. I don't even got to tell you anything else. All I got to say is big up.